Now, dear learners, let's jump to understand the process to get inspection document. As we have seen, the inspection certificate issued by third parties in the export country who are authorized to do the inspection of the products. Now, here's a step-by-step process for preparing the inspection certificate document. First one is identify inspection requirements. Here we have to identify or determine if an inspection certificate is necessary based on the destination country's regulations, buyer requirements, or the nature of the goods being exported. Then, secondly, we need to select the inspection agency. Here it is important to choose a reputable inspection agency recognized by the importing country or the buyer. Ensure that the agency is accredited and capable of performing the required inspections. Then, thirdly, schedule inspection. Now, here it's important to coordinate with the inspection agency to schedule the inspection at the appropriate time in the production or shipping process. Provide necessary access to the goods for inspection. Fourth is conduct inspection. Allow the inspection agency to conduct the necessary inspections on the goods. This may involve visual inspections, sampling, testing, or other relevant procedures to verify compliance with quality or safety standards. The fifth point is provide documentation. Furnish the inspection agency with any required documentation such as product specifications, manufacturing processes, and quality control records to aid in the inspection process. Receive inspection report, which is the sixth point. Upon completion of the inspection agency will issue an inspection report detailing the findings, including any deviations from the required standards or specifications. The seventh point is address non-conformities, if any. If the inspection report identifies any non-conformities or issues, take appropriate corrective actions to address them before proceeding with the shipment. The eighth point is certificate issuance. Once the inspection is satisfactorily completed and any necessary corrective actions are taken, the inspection agency will issue the inspection certificate confirming compliance with the required standards. Ninth is attached to the shipment. Attach the inspection certificate to the shipment documentation as it may be required by customs officials or the buyer to demonstrate compliance with quality or safety standards. The 10th is the shipping process. Proceed with the shipping process, ensuring that all necessary documentation, including the inspection certificate, accompanies the shipment to facilitate customs clearance and meet buyer requirements. By following these step-by-step processes, you can effectively prepare both the certificate of origin and the inspection certificate to meet regulatory requirements and buyer expectations in the export process. Now, dear learners, let's understand what is consular invoice. Some of the importing countries insist that the invoice is to be signed by the importing country's consular located in the exporter's country. So here in our previous example of seller based in Canada and buyer based in India, the consular invoice will be signed by India's consular located in Canada. Such invoices are known as consular invoice. In this process, the exporter has to pay a certain fee to obtain the certificate or invoice. Such charges or fee vary from country to country. The main purpose to obtain consular invoice is to secure authentication of information contained in the invoice. Once the invoice is signed by the consular of the country, the importer gets comfort and confidence in respect of accuracy of information, in respect of quality, source of goods, volume, and grade. Normally, on arrival of the goods in imported country, it is necessary to convince the customs authorities of the importing country that the goods stated in the invoice and the actually imported goods are the same. In some situations, there might be a mismatch or illegal activities happening through certain countries or companies. So to avoid this, consular invoice plays a vital role in making customs process smoother and legitimate. At the time of arrival of material in import country, if the customs authorities get suspicious, doubtful, or if they are not convinced, then they can open the packages of the imported goods. If such packages are opened, then considerable delay takes place in customs clearance process and the importer is in difficult situation at a time due to delayed receipt of goods. To avoid with all these problems, importers insist on the exporter to obtain the consular invoice from the consulated stationed in the exporter's country. The consulate invoice is generally prepared in 3 copies. One copy is retained by the consulate office, the second copy is sent to the customs of the importing country, and the third copy is given to the exporter to forward the same along with other documents through the banker for collection or negotiation. This information also facilitates in assessing import duties and also would be useful for statistical purposes. In a short, consular invoice helps to speed up the customs process and makes the flow more smoother and legitimate. Well, I hope you loved this concept. Stay tuned for another interesting concepts.